Hey guys, it's Alex, otherwise known as the Sleepy Neko from the Honeypot server. I'd like to start off by thanking everyone that has been keeping up to date with our stock alerts from our Patreon server. You guys have been supporting us and making sure that the Discord chat keeps getting updated and improved with all the bots that we have been purchasing and every incentive that we've been doing with our new website. This website will be building up later on throughout the future, and we will have newsletters, blogs, and more watch lists that are publicly available to you guys to see and see what we are actually keeping an eye on. Also, as a disclaimer, this video is not to be considered financial advice. This is solely to keep you informed and understand how the market moves. Also, for you traders, this is also to hone your skills and maybe learn a few things or two. So for today, after our previous videos that have been about learning support and resistance and learning indicators, now how is it to find some stocks? So we're going to be learning how to use a screener. We will be using the Webull platform and we will be using their screener online within the Webull desktop app, but you could also follow along on the mobile device and I will have indicators on the right hand side for you guys to see where I'm clicking. For you mobile device users, when you click on the your search for a stock, normally it would tell you an option right underneath the search bar that says screeners. You click on screeners and it would tell you the various filters that you guys could use. Right here on the desktop app, you would press screener and it would come up with this whole list. This list is very long and it could be counterintuitive to what we're actually trying to minimize and understand which ones are we going for. So we will go here to filters. As we can see, we have region, exchange, sector, market cap, price, change, volume, turnover rate, listing date, P&E, EPS, dividends, dividend yields, P&E, TTM, net margin, ROE, ROA, debt to asset, tech indicators, analysis rating, and marginable. Normally, I'm only going to cover a couple of these since these are the ones that have more importance when you're actually analyzing a stock. For today, we're going to be clicking on sector. We're going to go market cap, volume, price, and change. These are the ones I always consider when I'm using to analyze these stocks. You can already see that my list is still growing and it's still not the amount that we want to actually minimize to see, okay, these are the potential stocks that I want to actually look at. To keep it at a basis, when we think about market cap depends on how many shares are floating that are purchasable based based on the price that each share is actually at right now. So let's say there's 10,000 shares that are floating, meaning they are purchasable. You times that by the number of price that is potentially going to be the market cap that it's at. Also, in basis for what are the numbers you put for market cap, anything that is above uh, 10 billion market cap is an established company. Something like, let's say, Apple, let's say Amazon. Those are established companies, companies that have decent amount of shares and decent amount of volume for you to play around and actually not be losing so much money if it's too volatile. As in, what would be 2 to 10 billion market cap are barely established companies that have a lot of room for potential growth. And as for us swing traders that we are trying to find the more easier runner-ups, those would be anything underneath the 2 billion market cap. So after understanding just that few concept, we're going to be going right here and put 2 billion market cap, and we're going to leave this to 0. Already our list will show us specific stocks, and you would see right here at the very top that there is volume, average volume, market cap. We could actually order this, and the very top would only go to almost 2 billion and go underneath since we did have our thing to 2 billion. Now for price range, if we are swing trading, you would want to consider that anything under $10 is considered a penny stock. So we would put 10 bucks right here for a range, and we're already minimizing our list more and more. So now we can go back here to price range would be price. It would only cap out at 10. Now let's say for change rate, what is the change rate we want to consider on figuring out where are the stocks that we need to go in and get out, or which ones are potential runners for the next morning. So right here, I put 15% change of an increase, 30% minimize, because we actually want to be finding reversals or potential run-ups that are actually already in a reversal. Now for volume, this is very important because you don't want to enter a stock that does not have enough volume for you to play around spaciously with other traders. When you go to average volume, you can see right here, this volume goes up to 10 million. Right here, I like to keep it within the zero point 0.9 range because it would never be underneath if I keep scrolling down. It should never be, your actual volume range should never be underneath 100K. Maybe 90K because this might be where it has room for growth, but anything underneath it is very high risk. So now that we put our actual stocks to this amount, we want to figure out what else can we do. For sectors, we want to make sure we choose something that we want to consider. For today, I'm gonna just do energy, fuel, fossil fuels, renewable energy, and mineral resources, as we do know that those are growing industries, and we want to actually just see those specific ones. One thing that's cool about sectors is that it helps you diversify your portfolio. So in case the market crashes in one sector, you don't completely lose all your money if you're just holding stocks in one place. That is one big rule for us traders is that you want to diversify. Now you can see right here, we could actually press everything by price. And we can see that there are a lot of green runners and also a lot of reds that we could potentially find some good reversals. Right here, we could see that there is Great Path GPL that has had a price of 82 cents and has right now had highs of 85 cents. Those are enough for swings. There's other ones that have had 95 cents right here and it's already in red. But the difference is that in after hours, they have been gaining. So we want to see which ones we actually want to find. And by seeing just the spark line is almost like the indicator graph that you can kind of see visually. You can see that this one, CTRA, looks like it's been on a downtrend, and it has been on a downtrend. You can see that it had an original price of $81 within the week. Like this is what? This is November of 2018, previous year, so that could be a target price that we consider. So let's break this one down. So we would go already from monthly. We could see that it had a high reaching point, which I would put a horizontal line right here of almost $81. As you guys know, how I do my averages, I like to have it within the body because that's in the money before people end up selling off. I wanted to add one more horizontal line because we start seeing support lines that are right here underneath. And I would change this color to yellow for you guys to see clearly. And we could see those are areas that we could potentially enter. Since the monthly is not giving us enough information, we had to go much more in to see where we could potentially find an entry point and see where are certain patterns that this stock has followed. As we could see, it had entered in oversold area right here plenty of times and it's been overselling. Now it's been in an uptrend balance on the RSI and it has been above the volume average within the MACD. We also see that the KDJ is right now underneath the EMA average lines, as we learned in our previous video on indicators. If you guys aren't up to date, go look at our previous videos within the channel and you guys should follow along from order of support and resistance, indicators, and now this one. As you can see that there is a peaking corner right here on this ADX and it followed a downtrend. This downtrend, we cannot see it on the weekly, so we actually want to go on the daily. And we can see that it's starting to go downtrending from its original position a little bit more, but it's going horizontally. What I mean by going horizontally is that it's actually right here trying to break through within these lines, making an area of what I said before, an area consolidation where it's trying to break through again of this price point of almost $8 so it could touch highs of $10. As I would put another line right here to make this our target price for now, since this is the most up-to-date highest reaching point that it has done. Now, as we can see, our support line has touched right here previously on $2.70, and it has touched it once, twice, three, and then it started going on its uptrend. And when we think about its uptrend, we want to start off the moment that it no longer touched. And we can see right here, this was a buying opportunity. And I said before, I like to keep my trend lines within the bodies of the actual graph. What I mean by bodies, the bodies of the candles. One, two, and three. Right here was the buying point. right here for anyone who bought, which you could see right here, confirmation on the KDJ, confirmation on the MACD cross. You could see that the RSI is not overbought or oversold. It's balanced and it's starting to show peaking triangle and starting to show uptrend. People that bought in profited so high up from this average point of just $4. Now right here, the ADX showed also from its peaking point that was down underneath that it ended up changing to an uptrend. Normally this is our super fast uptrend pumps, but you could see right here it was not that fast. It actually took some time of growth, and we could actually go much more deeper into the hourly mark, and we could actually fix our trend lines if we need to, but for now we'll just leave them as that. As we could see, this area consolidation has been keeping up, and we want to see, okay, well, where is this entry point right here? We could start confirming that the volume is, looks like it's almost like it's downtrending, because it's been downtrending not only on the ADX, the RSI is also showing a downtrending line. The MACD looks like it's going to cross over the green line, which is a bad confirmation because it's also underneath the volume average while it's doing that. Even though the KDJ is showing us a moment of buy, it does not feel like an appropriate moment of buy. So where would be a safe moment of buy? This could have a potential pullback because there's indecisiveness right here to even break down this point of resistance, which has been newly created by bears and bulls fighting right here. And now it changes this line to a red. Right here, this area of resistance, we could see it broke through, fell back down, broke through, fell back down, and now it stayed underneath this area once, twice, and if we go back to its history, it was the area that it needed a break, an area that it's been falling before. It's not a place that people actually have uh, support of. It's actually super indecisive. Even right here, it's touched again within this area of red. So now that we know that this area is somewhere that people would actually end up buying back into, yeah, we gotta make sure that we don't end up buying lower into the supporting line than when we normally think of. Right here, we could actually see that since this is all going down, and we got to think about this visually in our heads, that this line could actually fall back down to, let's say, a lower average point of right here, the entry point of $6. Please don't buy this stock just because I'm saying entry point is $6. This is just technical analysis. This point right here can show that there was one, two, three, four supporting lines of it not touching before it broke through. So we could assume that this could have a potential pullback volume right here in this area because bears would end up forcing it down, and then we end up riding it back up to a potential new high. So that's, and now that you have your screener, you can actually see the ones that you had right now. And we could go breaking down one by one from each stock. Like right here, you could say there's a dividend per share on this new other stock called Gold Resource. As we know, gold always moves up with the value of dollar going down, but we actually want to see how it's been within a month. It's been having a high of 31 in the previous years, and then we could go more into weekly. We could see that it had price point targets of almost $6 once and twice. Wasn't able to break through from its average high price point of $7 and trying to go back up. We can see that the volume has been super low, but now we can see that the volume is starting to accumulate, and the MACD might have a chance because it showed moment across, moment of buy right here in this red candle, and it had a confirmation that the RSI is not even overbought or oversold. The ADX is probably going to be already showing signs by tomorrow that it's going to do a reversal, and we might actually see an uptrend and having a supporting resistance line for profit around this area. Why? We could I will paint this actually red for you guys to follow along. We could see that one, two, three after the sell-off, four, five, six areas where it just always touched. So we could think that there's an area of profit for room from here where it's $3 and 27 cents, and we could actually profit $1 and 25 cents extra if we were to get in a little bit before this run up. So that is one example because we are using every other form of technical analysis we used from previous videos. And what's good about this stock is that it actually has a dividend, but we don't know when they would actually start implying that dividend. We could look at a different stock right here, National Energy. We could see that this is a newly grown stock. And so like I'm saying, using the settings we had used before, if we go back to our screener and you guys want to follow along, 0 to 2 for the market cap, your price range would be 0 to 10, the change rate would be negative 30 to 15, volume would be 0.9 to 3. With this type of form of screener, we could actually start seeing where we want to move in, where we want to move out, and based on these types of stocks. We're going to go back to National Energy, and we could see that it had the highest point of $14 and it had a low point of $4. There's not enough information within the monthly graph, so we're going to go into weekly. We might even have to go into daily. Within daily, we could actually start seeing when there's um, earning days, which people when they got in on these earning days, it still kind of dropped down. People when they got into this earning day, it still dropped down. So what we kind of base off is that on earning days, people sell off. So make sure you think that not just earning days are days for you to profit. We can start breaking down this graph by seeing that there is a support line right here. There's an area of resistance. There's another support line right here. There's an area of resistance right here. And I will paint these lines right now so you guys can follow along. Anything that's a resistance is a red line, and anything that's a supported line is going to be a yellow line. As you can quickly see, this is how a trader would end up moving really quickly to get these profits in and out by doing their technical analysis very fast by understanding the techniques we are teaching you. Right now, we could see that there is this area consolidation from support where it had previously dropped down and had even increased right here. So this is a supportive line. The resistance lines it had continuously tried to break. And now from the history, because I was all downtrend, from a very high price point, it has supportive resistance right here, supportive resistance twice right here, supportive resistance from even breaking right here a bunch of times. Now we can see that is on an uptrend, and this uptrend could be a starting point from right here up to here. But we also need to make note of where is this next target price that we could actually see, which is right here. So we could actually confirm that maybe there's going to be an overbought moment, which the RSI is confirming to us that it is. The ADX is starting to show a peaking point, so we could start possibly seeing a pullback to about this area. This area could be almost exactly to a supported line of right here, which we could actually add in as $8 and maybe 15 cents because it had one, two, three, and then it gapped up. So this area, between this area, it could actually make a new area consolidation to build up volume because this still MACD is still above the volume averages as we learned before, and it could actually pull back so the KDJ could actually go underneath the orange and yellow EMA lines, cool off from the RSI, and then break up into an actual overbought moment, and the ADX will correct itself as well. So this is how you could use a screener to quickly find stocks, find target prices and entry points within the moment, and break them down. And this is using everything we have taught you from the previous two videos, and now using these secrets for the screener. As I said, one of the key points is keeping your portfolio diversified using the sections within the screener to make sure you not only just stay in one energy resource, like you would want to do this also for, let's say, banks, real estate, and insurance. That is one sector. You might want to go for food and housing. That's another sector. You want to make sure that you have your money diversified and making sure that you don't always have losses in the one sole place. And that's why when they think about banks, we put all of our money there, and when banks start losing their money, we lose our money as well. So keep that into consideration, guys. And I hope you guys take this with a grain of salt, as it is something for you to follow along and kind of implement into your technical analysis. Thank you guys for watching, and understand that all these stocks that I kind of analyze are not for you to enter in with your own money. Do your technical analysis, do your DD, because this is not financial advice. But thank you guys on behalf of me and Bear for the continuous support and the growth on the channel and the Discord. You guys are amazing. Thank you.